guys, it's Lily. So today I'm going to be making a different kind of video. Been debating on whether to make this kind of video. I've decided to make this video because a lot of people are struggling out there, and I know a lot of people think there's no one that understands them and no one that can relate to what they're dealing with, and I'm here to clear everything out of the way. I'm kind of just gonna tell my story. If you don't want to watch this or really don't even care, you could just click out of this video, but this is just for people who are going through really tough times. I want to tell them that they are not alone. So I'm just gonna tell my story. When I was a little kid, I was kind of different from everyone else. By different, I mean I wasn't really like the kids that I was with. I was a really big girly girl, and I was like really outgoing and really talkative. I really didn't have that much trouble making friends, but I always knew that I was a very sensitive person. In 3rd grade, I was bullied for 3 years. Well, it was bad, and I didn't know how to control myself. I remember in the 4th grade it got really bad, and it wasn't just people bullying me, it was home too. I did not get along with my brother. My parents and I were fighting pretty much every single day. It was a really hard time, especially for a 4th grader. To put a 10-year-old through a lot of stuff, it's really hard. So I ended up going to a therapist in 4th grade. He helped a little bit, but not much. He helped with the bullying a little bit and what I could do to make myself a little bit more calm. I wrote in a diary, and I wrote things in there that 4th graders should not be thinking in their heads. I remember it being hard, but it's kind of a little bit cloudy. I just remember that I would cry a lot, and I would have these times where I would get really sad, and I would just scream and throw things and yell and want to die pretty much. And my old therapist used to call them volcanoes, so it would get to a really bad point and I would throw things and slam doors, break things, and I didn't really understand what was happening, and I couldn't control myself in that time. And then I switched schools after 6th grade, so it kind of died down in 5th and 6th grade a little bit. I was really excited to like kind of start a new life. We moved to a new house, we got a new car, and I switched schools, so I kind of could like start fresh. 7th grade, which was last year, it was pretty good. Of course I would have sad days, but it was nothing that I couldn't bear. Starting new like friendships, and it was pretty okay. This year, which is 8th grade, I was really excited to start school because you know how like in the summer you like are away from your friends, and so you're excited to like see them every single day. Well, like that's kind of how I was. There was like this new guy coming to school, which I knew from a summer camp that I did. New people, a new school year. 8th grade. By the way, in 7th grade, my sister got into a play. My sister kind of do theater, so she got into a play and I didn't, and it was really hard. That kind of brought me down last year, but it wasn't super bad. At the beginning of the year, it was pretty good. I mean, it was decent. So the new kid that I met over the summer, so we started going out, and that was great. And I was like, oh, fun. My sister got into another play. So this is her 2nd professional play. So that brought me down. This time I tried to hide it. Last year I didn't hide it. I just made it known that I was upset. But this year I'm just like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna hide it. I have some good friendships right now. I have a boyfriend. Everything's like fine. Whatever. So I was trying to hide it. Didn't really tell anyone except like my closest friend. Then that guy broke up with me. It kind of all went spiraling downhill from then. That was right before the break. After that, all of my feelings and emotions showed. I started getting really sad. I didn't really like show people that I was sad. I tried to just shake it off. But honestly, on inside it was really hard, and winter break was basically like a week away. So I was like, just get through this week and it'll be fine. But like exams were then. Thankfully I did okay on my exams. Yeah, it was really hard for me to focus, and I was like, if I just get through this week, then I can have 2 weeks off and not worry about anything. Well, winter break was fine. There was still that part of me that was really sad. Well, like with any breakup, you kind of like mourn over it and whatever. I tell my friends about it. Honestly, they would get really annoyed at it. I decided to text that guy. That was fine. He texted me back and it was great. We talked and stuff, and then we ended up talking in like person after like not talking for a month, and then we ended up not talking again, and that time things were going really, really bad. You can't really explain the way you feel or the way you did feel at that moment in time because it's just not you. It wasn't just because of the breakup. It wasn't just because of my sister, and also my friends were being really weird. I just didn't know how to handle it. So I got really sad and I didn't feel like myself. I didn't enjoy the things that I used to. I couldn't concentrate. I was always tired. Didn't want to go to school at all. I was writing in my journal more. I hadn't written in my journal in a while, so I started doing that, which was nice. But I just still didn't feel good, and I just can't explain it. One day, I just got really upset. My sister said something little, and I kind of blew up. In that moment in time, when I blow up, I can't control what I do, and I can't control my feelings or my emotions. I ended up harming myself. It was something I didn't want to do, but I ended up doing it. I don't like talking about it, but I just can't get away from it. I mean, I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say that I was fine, because that's not what happened. I hid it from my parents, and my parents knew that I was very, very sad. They knew that something was wrong with me. I wasn't myself. Then one night, I was talking to my mom, and she found what happened to me. I went into the room, and I talked to them for about an hour, and my mom didn't want to send me to school the next day, but I went for a half a day, and then I came home, and actually, it was a Friday. The Saturday day, I went to Miranda Sings. I love Miranda Sings. I loved going to her and watching her, but when I went there, all those people were there with their friends. I had really bad anxiety. I almost ended up like crying because there was a lot of people there that were just kind of made me feel intimidated, I guess. And I don't like big crowds. I hate big crowds. So my parents were talking to this therapist and trying to set this meeting up with a therapist doctor. And I didn't end up going to her until the next week, which I blew up and all that stuff like during that week. Finally, I went to the doctor during school, and she diagnosed me with depression and anxiety. So anxiety is where you get really anxious and you get really nervous for some reason, but you don't know why. So I didn't feel like I should be taking a medicine for it. I convinced myself that I really wasn't, because a minute I'm fine and a minute I'm not. And it's just like basically school made me really unhappy. And so like when I'm at school, it's just I can't handle myself. But then I realized once someone said something super little and I really blew up, I was like, okay, maybe I really do need to do this. So I got medicine. I've been taking it for about 2 weeks now. Honestly, I haven't felt like a dramatic difference, but my parents have seen a difference. I haven't been as sad as much. The little things that people would say or whatever didn't really affect me. But today hasn't been the greatest day. I just decided to make this video. I know a lot of people at school watch my videos. You may think people are sad or cut or do bad things, get attention, but honestly, they just want it to get the pain to leave. So you may think I'm just making this video for attention. You can think that I don't really care, but this helped one person out in this world, touched one person's mind or heart. I think that's really all that matters, because people think that there's no one else that are having the same problems. That's what I thought. I thought no one understood. No one understood at all, especially the type of pain, and like no one has ever experienced the type of stuff I was feeling. If you ever want to talk to me or ask me a question or anything, you can direct message me on Instagram, or you can send me an email, or you could send me a direct message in Twitter. All of those links are down below. But yeah, I know I'm not a big YouTuber. I feel like I have enough people watching me that I know I can help at least one person. If I was out of focus this whole entire time, you're welcome. But that's basically it. I didn't even do my homework yet because I wanted to make this video right now. I hope you all have a good day, or a good night, or a good morning, or whenever you're watching this, because life sucks. but there's great things that come out of it too. And also, I did some bad things. I did some things that I regret a lot. At one point, I thought that I should just end my life because I felt like my mistakes were just gonna overpower me. But life went on, and if I did do that, I wouldn't have YouTube, I wouldn't have my family, I wouldn't have anything. Who knows where you go after you die? There's this video from Marina Joyce, and I'll link the video in the description if I can find it. And it's called like 5 Ways Why Not to Kill Yourself. I love that video. You'll leave your family, even if your family hates you, or even if your family is past, or any of that stuff. What about friends? There must be someone in your life that cares about you. And if you don't feel like that, I care. Can't risk losing anyone in this world. Everyone is special, and everyone is unique, and everyone is pretty, and everyone is beautiful. Don't kill yourself. There's someone out there who loves you, and there's someone out there who will cry for days and nights that you're gone. You'll never be able to experience happiness again, but get to experience anything, because this will pass, and I know it will pass for me. Be sad some days, but I'll get over that too. But it's a life, and if you kill yourself, you don't know what's gonna happen to you. People are gonna hate me for showing this, but honestly, I think this quote really did help me throughout all of this, and it's still helping me, and it's still probably gonna help me until I'm better, because people think that when people cry, it's because they are emotionally unstable. They're just looking for sympathy. But it says people cry not because they are weak, it's because they've been strong for too long. Yeah. I have it on this board that I have to put up in my room, because honestly, I just tried to stand up and stick my head up high, but you know, you just kind of have to face your biggest fears and face yourself. I didn't really mention this, but I'll mention it now. If you're depressed and don't know why, that's kind of what I was too, or what I am. Because it wasn't just the breakup or people that were being mean, or my sister. I didn't know what it was, and I couldn't explain it. It's kind of like a chemical imbalance. So the chemicals in your brain are a little bit unbalanced and can't really control what you feel. So if you're like having that or whatever, like I understand. I know exactly how I feel. Like you can't explain it to anyone. You can't explain why you're sad. Anyway, I hope you guys have a good day, and I don't really know how to end this video. Watching. Just know that you are loved by someone, and one day this will all pass and everything will be okay. If you are thinking about like suicide or whatever, I don't care if it says in focus or but if you're thinking about that, get help right away, because again, as I said before, there's people out there that want to help you. So literally, like, I know people think that therapists don't help and stuff, but really they actually do. But yeah, or just like talk to an adult or like a friend or someone who can actually change your mind, because really that is very, very super duper duper important. So please get help so you can get like medicine or something like that. Like me, so we can be twinning. Just kidding. Oh my god. It's going to be alright. Don't worry about a thing. I love you. Ooh, it's foggy.